It is time for the second half of our City League Championship doubleheader. On the women's side, the Horizon League squad just claimed the league championship. On the men's side, Mambo's Cheesesteak Grill looks to make it back-to-back appearances in the championship game. You're looking at the Bonner Fitness and Learning Center, which for the last 4 years has been the home of the City League Championship. The men's teams playing for the Lockfield Trophy, obviously honoring the legacy of the Dust Bowl and Lockfield Gardens. They're also playing for an $8,000 first place prize. Again, Mambo has won it last year. Prudential is 6-0 to start this season. My name is Greg Regstraw, joined by Jared Thomas. Quick thoughts before this one goes live.
If you know anything about Indianapolis heritage when it comes to basketball, the Dust Bowl means something, especially going back all the way to the 40s. So a lot of heritage being attributed in this game, so looking forward to the matchup. Ali
Al-Qaraishi tips that ball away from Leon Tillman. Mambo's Cheesesteak Grill in the darker uniform as well. Have the basketball first. Darius Adams, phenomenal player at the University of Indianapolis, playing for Stan Gerard. Marcus Teague fires from 21, does not get it to go. This is A.J. Lawton. A lot of UIndy Greyhounds in this game. Baseline corner three by Jamel Boyd, who played at Kentucky West at the Division II level. Misses that opening shot.
The Greyhound present must make you very, very happy.
Always makes me smile. Three is up and good for Tyrone Walker. Tyrone's athletic days used to be in the National Football League. He was a former wide receiver for the Green Bay Packers. Trailer three does not go by Michael Tillman.
State champion at Cardinal Ritter, the 1A level, then Illinois State. When he left, he was the all-time leading receiver in program history, so he accomplished a lot, and now we're seeing his athletic prowess.
Played for Ty Hunt at Cardinal Ritter High School on the football field. And Mambo's won this last year. On the slip, fly by and score for Jamel Boyd. Of course, Kentucky West in a program that has won 8 Division II national championships. Now members of the Great Midwest Athletic Conference, who is based right here in Indianapolis. Turnover committed by Mambo's. That is off of Darius Adams. Darius has played overseas for a long time.
And he's done it at a high level for a long time.
He is a legend of the Chinese Basketball Association, is Darius, amongst other stops along the way.
It's one thing to average 20, 25 points, 30. There were times he averaged 40 per contest. That's flat out getting it done.
He is in the Stephon Marbury, Jimmer Fredette category in terms of American players in China, in terms of their legacy and what they have done in that league.
And then you wonder, as a basketball aficionado, how is he not in the NBA?
Steal by Walker, missed it. Fight for the loose ball and tracked down by Mambo's Cheesesteak Grill. The contact doesn't get it, but Leon Tillman doing what he does best, just picks up the loose change. At the other end, shot altered by Tillman. Here comes Adams. John Hart, Beech Grove player, first played at Purdue, then played for Todd Howard at IUPUI. Marcus Teague gets the three.
So many people familiar with that name, Marcus Teague.
And of course, now the Teagues back coaching at Pike High School.
Just what we talked with Amber Harris about, giving back to your community, showing those young kids the light that is community members.
The pull-up three by Zach Owens. We talked about him in the women's championship game, part of that 3A state championship at Crispus Attucks in 2017. Teague shot does not go. Al-Qaraishi able to track down the loose ball for Prudential. Lawton three, no. Ball touched out of bounds by Prudential. It'll be Mambo's with the ball. Isolation for Darius Adams. Hoping at contact, didn't get the call. Touched last by Mambo. That's Michael Tillman. You've got Leon that plays for Mambo. You've got Michael that plays for Prudential. Michael won a City League championship before. Plays for the Kokomo Bobcats in the basketball league, and a foul to be called. Chris Fuller makes the call. Contact on the head. 2 free throws coming up here. And it's a running clock. 2 20-minute halves. We will have an Elam ending. Whoever has the lead after the 4-minute mark will tack on 9 to their score in the second half, and that is the target ending to determine the championship. Here's Zach Owens to shoot 2. Tonight's games brought to us apart by CareSource. Founded in 1989 as a nonprofit managed healthcare plan. They now receive public healthcare solutions, including Medicaid, Medicare, and the marketplace. CareSource invests in initiatives and organizations to make a lasting difference in the lives of its members and communities by improving their health and well-being. Owens connects on both. And you have a chance to train with Zach on a regular basis, correct?
Yes, I do. Big fan of Zach. Just a guy that's worked hard, has really gotten himself in a great position, played in Croatia a couple years ago, Portugal this past season. And the one thing about Zach that he's worked on in this game is just the skill part of it, the shooting, the explosion, just fine-tuning all the different parts of his game. And we saw that on the blow-by past Walker to get to the cup for the foul and go to the free throw line.
Al-Qureshi gets the bucket to go his first. Both teams pretty balanced offensively so far. Again, Mambos will run a lot of sets for Darius Adams. Hart the miss. Tillman first time no. Second time put back blocked. Boyd takes it away. Good sharing of the basketball, but maybe too much. Steal. Teague. Scoop and score for Evan Loudon. How about this? 5 different players have scored now for Mambos. 8 technically in uniform for Mambo's Cheesesteak Grill. A little bit deeper roster for Prudential. Foul against Loudon. Should be free throws coming up for Zach Owens.
The individual talent is there on both sides. It doesn't matter if you're Zach Owens, who's playing overseas, or your Marcus Teague that saw time in the NBA. There is talent on this basketball court, but I think what's going to get the job done for both teams tonight, who's going to hoist that trophy, is who plays together the most consistently.
We'll make sure we recognize our officials, Chris Fuller, Kenny Ludlow, and Kenya Jones. Our 3-person officiating crew for each of these championship games tonight. Wade Peters is checked in for Prudential. By the way, I dig Prudential with the mountain logo, going with the almost the old school Denver Nuggets theme on the uniform. I dig it. Teague in the lane. Loudon let a defender get to him. Made the mistake. Peters on the drive. Shot blocked. Wing 3, no. Al-Qureshi able to track down the loose ball. Turnover.
Loudon should have went up the first time. Marcus Teague put him in a great position. You just go up. Too much pump faking, and you got to beat off the glass.
Adams, no on the pull-up 3. Again, frankly, he's got the game where he's allowed to shoot pretty much once he crosses half court.
He's earned that respect.
He is that level of scorer. The fact he played for Stan Girardi. Stan, of course, now the head coach at USI. They have gone to the Division I level. Tillman, the bucket. Kokomo Bobcats, and he plays for one of the better franchises in the basketball league. Shot by Hart does not go. Owens, yes. 3 for Owens. His second made 3. He's got 9. Hart turns down the 3. Shot blocked. Blocked again. Block party for Prudential.
This is why we're here, for this type of competition. The Horizon League got it started, winning the championship on the women's side, and the men's picking up right where they left off.
Brandon Muncie comes in now for Mambo's Cheesesteak Grill. Oh, you have to see David Sanders out of this group. Adams got fouled. That might have been a bit of a reputation call for Darius. In other words, if he missed that, clearly somebody fouled him.
There's no way he missed it that badly.
Want to thank our friends at the Fitness Zone. It's open for individuals and families who are interested in bolstering their physical activity and living a more active lifestyle. Their affordable memberships are accessible to community residents from all walks of life. Members have access to cardio and resistance training equipment, free weights, group fitness classes, and a basketball court. Adams makes them both. He's got 4. 15-14. Catch and shoot is good. That is Jason Peace who gets to go. That's a 3. 50 for Prudential player to score. John Hart, a little nudge. Loudon tracks it down. Isolation for Teague. He'll pull from 18, no. But Loudon doing a great job of keeping possessions alive. And Adams, the miss from three-point range, but again, Adams fires. This time it goes.
It's only so many times that you can give a great offensive team the ball back. Offensive rebound after offensive rebound. At some point in time, it's going to drop.
7 for Adams. Third 3 for Mambo. Halfway through the opening stanza. Jump ball. John Hart tying up Jamel Boyd. No possession arrow here. We jump it up. It's like the NBA. Set play. Loudon scores it. No hesitation that time. His second field goal.
Avon High School finished his college ball at St. Francis.
This Mambo's team basically intact from last year. Owens, the pull, my goodness. That one could have been worth 4. Not from distance, just degree of difficulty. Defender was in his innermost thoughts. Floor opens for Adams, ball kicked inadvertently. Goes right to John Hart, who fires and misses, but tracks it down. Teague turns down the 3 in traffic. Doesn't make the 2, but he'll get a pair of free throws.
In a setting like this, everyone feels they got hacked. No one feels like they ever foul. And the refs always make the wrong call.
We got good officials, too. David Sanders checks in, so all 8 players from Mambo's have played. David played at Beech Grove, then played at IU East. And now he is the boys basketball coach at Beech Grove High School.
Had to pay his dues a little bit when he first came back from Atlanta. I know he took some time down there taking care of his mom, but came back, was coaching the 8th grade team, and then JV for a couple of years. And now with him at the helm, I know he's eager to get Beech Grove back to winning a state championship like they did just a few years ago.
Teague connects. It's a 1-point game. Basket is good. So Jason Peace gets his second field goal. And at the other end, Darius Adams. He's going to warm up eventually. He's got 9. Talk about a slow start. He's got 9 points in 14 minutes. That's Darius. Owens, yes. Owens with 15.
having his way.
Ball knocked away. Good read by Sanders. Adams bobbles, recovers, catches in midair, draws the foul and lays it up and in. Give Adams now his 4th field goal. He's got 11 and a chance for one more.
The control, lost the ball, got it back, finished nicely on the right side. I mean, this is a game of chess. Anytime you get these alpha personalities on the floor, they read the headlines. They know who has accomplished what. So if you're going to attack me, I'm going to come right back. And that's what makes the game of basketball so beautiful, because when you get attacked in the open court, everyone is watching to see what that response is. And so far, we've had a great back and forth.
Subs on the floor now for Prudential. This is Brody Whitaker, who we know well in ISC. Last 2 years at Marion, made the move to UIndy with Scott Heddy. All-time leading scorer at Greencastle High School is Whitaker. He'll be a college junior next year. On the drive, it's Teague who lays it up and in. His 2nd field goal. Mambo seesaws back in front. Let's also reference Tyree Johnson. Played at North Central, 3 years at Marion. On the floor currently. Ball knocked away, taken away. Adams races back, lays it up and in. Adams with 14. On the drive, Owens, yes. Well, Owens and Adams have been the star attractions tonight. Owens with 17 already. And again, he was a very good player at Attucks, but frankly, kind of the star of that group was Nike Sabande of that team. Owens was a key piece, but he's the star now, let's put it that way.
Well, when you understand where he's from in Anderson, Indiana, you realize that the rich basketball history that is Anderson, when you come to Indianapolis, you fit right in.
Free throw is good. He's got 18. And a timeout taken. Gives us a chance to thank our friends at USA First Financial. Want to give your 18-year-old a $5,000 birthday gift. Here's how you do it. Deposit $200 in an investment account at birth. Deposit $100 into the account on every birthday until they turn 18. Assuming a 9% annual return, your investment is $5,074. USA First Financial. Their team members work closely with their clients to build long-term relationships to gain an understanding of clients' financial goals and dreams. Learn more at usafirstfinancial.com. As always, fantastic crowds on hand. Some of the players, the women's championship game, have hung around to watch the men's title tilt.
This is what basketball is supposed to feel like. Just everyone having a good time in a competitive setting, watching, participating in a game that we all love.
Hart blocked. Whitaker flying down the floor and couldn't finish. Peace looking for an outlet. Lawton creates some space and scores. A.J. Lawton. Outstanding player at UIndy.
Westfield in the house.
Yep.
Silky smooth step back. Nothing but
bucket.
nylon.
Teague declines the three. Takes the contested two and made it look easy. Marcus had a couple of cups of coffee in the NBA. Played in many countries for a long time.
You could argue that Marcus suffered from going to the NBA arguably too soon, but he won a national championship. He was the #1 player in his class coming out. I mean, why wouldn't you go after playing with Anthony Davis and Michael Kidd-Gilchrist and the Harrison twins? I mean, your moment was there, and so I don't blame him for taking that opportunity, but I will give him his credit because at Kentucky, that national championship year, it was his maturity in his game that ultimately got them over the hump.
Adams, three. Darius with 17. last 25 years, there has been all kind of great talent at UIndy, but there are two scorers that stand above the rest. David Logan, Darius Adams. Turnover. Hart lost it. Out of bounds to Prudential.
That birthday investment money you just talked about, that's about how long Darius has been getting it done. Just year after year, constantly depositing just bucket after bucket. Man, it's a beautiful thing to watch.
We'll thank our ISC Sports Network crew. Dennis Glover, Rob Lynch, Eric Kinnett, Vince Morales, and Jordan Shue on this Thursday night. Shot is up and no good. Tip in once, no. Second time, no. Third time, no. But still going for Prudential. In the lane, give the bucket. That is Michael Tillman, his second field goal. And tied at 34, and steps called. This game, every bit as competitive as we thought it would be.
All it's doing is building the anticipation for the finish. Those 9 points, I have a sneaky suspicion they will be heavily coveted.
Jamel Boyd gets the bucket. Approaching the final 30 seconds of the half. Not that time for Adams. Peace has really played some good minutes off the bench for Prudential. Tough catch. Good spin. Foul called. Hart gave the foul, knowing he was beat. Boyd will shoot two. And Boyd played at the Division II level, but once scored 29 points in a game against the University of Kentucky in his days at KWC. Timeout called to preserve base. This is a very strategic timeout, so Mambo's called a timeout to make sure they had a possession left, so this would not run out during the course of the free throw. So very wise timeout taken by the Mambo staff. See the 8-man defending champs. Free throws coming up for Boyd. Jared, how are you describe your first City League experience so far?
Exactly what I expected. Small gym, nothing wrong with the Bonner Center, but this is the type of setting that you want. Small gym, very energetic from everyone that's in attendance. Then it's basketball. I know I'm a football player by trade, but basketball is and has always been my first love, so to be here witnessing it firsthand has been just nothing short of spectacular.
Boyd connects. Boyd played at Anderson High School. Missed that one. Whitaker had it. Who touched it last? Got to be quick again. Clock is rolling. Bombos realizes that and gets to work quickly. Foul given. And again, the whole reason that foul is going is to play the clock out. You saw the strategic efforts of how to play that clock by each of those two teams in the final minute. Outstandingly well played half of basketball. Prudential, the upstart team, trying to knock off the defending champs in Mambos. 37-34 is our score at the break. Stay tuned. Halftime conversation comes way next as you're watching the City League Championship game on ISC. The drive, the take, fouled, and it goes!
Lobbing it to the back of the end zone. They're going to say it's a touchdown.
Left foot gets through. Goal for Vargas. Hamilton will score!
Hey there, I'm Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
Derek, do you know what we do not have in common with Ted Lasso?
What's that, Jake?
We made it beyond 3 seasons.
Oh, we're going to make it like 30, 40, 50 seasons. As long as your heart holds out, that is. Query and Schultz every Tuesday night. You can watch it right here on the ISC Sports Network, on our YouTube channel, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, X, podcast, whatever it is. Just call it whatever you want.
Twitter doesn't exist.
Just make sure Tuesday nights, Query and Schultz, 7:30, all season long right here on the ISC Sports Network.
We outlasted Twitter.
We did.
Back inside the Bonner Center. And again, this building, this is part of the testament of the impact of the Super Bowl when it was here back in February of 2012. This building was built as part of that. The turf that was used just outside of Tech High School for many years was the turf that was indoors at UIndy. The New York Giants practiced there for the Super Bowl back in 2012. Fourth year this has been the home of the Men's and Women's City League Championships. $8,000 on the line. Prudential leading Mambos 37-34. Greg Rakestraw, Jared Thomas with you. Jared, your thoughts on what we saw in half number 1?
I think this is what everyone thinks about when they think about the City League, when they think about the Elam finish at the end. It's a highly competitive game of a bunch of pros, guys that have played at a high level, making everyone sit on the edge of their seat, highly anticipatory of what's going to come. And I think we're going to have a great finish in the second half.
From a scoring standpoint, Mambo's led by Darius Adams with 17, Marcus Teague with 8, 4 for Evan Loudon, 3 for Tyrone Walker, and 2 for Leon Tillman. 4 Prudential, 18 for Zach Owens, 5 for Jamel Boyd, 4 for Michael Tillman, 3 for A.J. Lawton, 5 for Jason Peace, and 2 for Ali Al-Karashi. What changes, if any, Jared, do you anticipate in half number 2?
I don't think anything changes. I think the guys that are looked to carry a lot of the load, so the Darius Adams of the world, the Marcus Teagues, the Zach Owens, the role players like Michael Tillman for Prudential, I think we see those guys elevate their play some more because they know what's at stake. Money is on the table, and you can't even leave just a single penny on the table. You got to take it all.
Let me remind you, as my partners alluded to, $8K is up for grabs to the winning team. About 60 minutes of basketball from now. We'll take this time out. We'll come back. If time, we'll show you some quick first half highlights, second half, and we get closer to the pay window when we come back to Tech as you're watching on the ISC Sports Network. Fall means football, and on the ISC, we've got you covered all season long. Catch our broadcast live on television on MyNDTV 23 and Comcast 81, as well as streaming on ISCSportsNetwork.com. With a subscription to ISC for only $4.99 a month, you get access to our entire library, viewable anytime, anywhere, on our website or on the ISC app. Don't miss a single broadcast. ISC Sports Network. Football lives here. The ISC Sports Network is your home for sports content across the Hoosier State. Find us live on TV and streaming or archived on our website and our app. The ISC is your one-stop shop for the content you want to see, including high school sports, college sports, and other great events throughout the year. Subscribe to our streaming service and get access to it all. ISC, local lives here. Highlights from half number 1. It took a while for Darius Adams to get cooking. Once he did, 17 points to pace Mambos.
When you're a highly effective scorer in every league pretty much that you've ever played in overseas, we can go from EuroLeague, we can go to the CBA. It does not take much. You always hear he just needs to see one go in, a layup or a free throw, and that's what we saw. But monkey see, monkey do, that is exactly what Zach Owens said to Darius Adams, because whatever you can do, I can also do, and probably a little bit better in my own regard. So just so much competition going back and forth between these two great players, but obviously these two great teams.
Not that they give you extra points for a degree of difficulty, but some of Owens' shots were of the jaw-dropping variety.
He thrives on it. I feel a little biased just because I know him personally, spend a lot of time with him, but I know he thrives in these type of environments. Yes, it's the City League. Yes, it's the offseason technically, but when it's basketball, it's always business.
If you're just joining us, the Horizon League women won the championship in the women's final. That one by a neighborhood of 20 points. Again, the Elam ending kind of changes the final score of some of these games, but they were easily the better team tonight, really led for about 3 minutes into the game onward. Men's game has been a little bit more competitive. Partner, you ready for high school football 15 nights from now?
Yes, I am. Cathedral Ben Davis.
Did I put you on your alma mater's game the first week of the season?
I think it was just by chance type of thing.
Amazing how that worked. Jared and I had the pleasure of doing the 4A and 5A championship games together last year. I also want to congratulate you. We lose you for week number 2, but for a good reason. My partner is going to be on Big Ten Network coming up on Labor Day weekend. Who do the Wildcats have?
They have the Red Hawks of Miami of Ohio.
The wonderful tie that those programs have. Randy Walker, Ara Parsegian. There's frankly more than that, but those two schools are linked for those that don't know. But I'm so happy for you. Jared, of course, played both high school football and basketball at Cathedral and played college football at Northwestern. These days plays for them for showboats in the UFL. And as you can tell, a very talented broadcaster in multiple sports. So congratulations, buddy.
Thank you so much. And obviously, much appreciation to the entire crew that's here today, everyone watching, just for tuning in to everything that goes on in Indianapolis. It's a special place in my heart, as I know it is for a lot of people.
Owens, Tillman, fires. Yes, Michael Tillman, his first 3. He's got 7. And the 6-point lead for Prudential, about as large as it's been so far. Adams, a miss. And then he's fouled by A.J. Lawton. And the one Greyhound immediately offers his hand to the other. And they never played together. Darius was there well before A.J. was. A.J.'s last year was 2018 at UIndy. Adams goes right to work on Owens. 19 for Darius Adams. Darius originally from Illinois, but has been a stalwart in this league for many years.
MacArthur High School in Decatur, Illinois, already in MacArthur's Hall of Fame, and why not? When you have that type of talent come from the 4 walls that you have to show love and support.
Owens got bailed out with a foul. That one had to go up. You heard the shot clock horn go off in the background.
That was a foul on credit. The first half, he made one that you said should have got 4 points just for the level of difficulty, and you could argue because he was fouled. This one, he got the foul.
Free throws coming up. And it is a 3 that he is being given credit for as well. So 3 shots for Owens. Next on the first of 3. I want to thank Austin Taylor of the City League for having us out here again. Our 5th year producing these championship games on ISC.
I suppose while everyone is watching and we have a break in the action, you've been around for as many times as the network has been here for these City League championships. Where do you see the City League going? Is it something that continues to build, or do they just kind of fine-tune what's already in place?
I think both those can be true. It continues to kind of grow in attention and caliber of player every year. We had a shot clock issue, hence the reason for the whistle. You know, I think this has already grown past wherever they had envisioned it to be, but no reason to stop now.
Just keep going.
Adams, contested shot, no. Loudon flying in, and that ball ends up ricocheting off of him while he's out of bounds. It'll be Prudential ball. Left alone, Tillman, yes. His second make since halftime. It's been 3s and bunches for Prudential. Loudon at the other end. Evan Loudon's got 6. That lead is starting to grow now for Prudential.
We were told beforehand, Prudential, out of all the City League teams this year, they played the most together out of everyone. And so if they can string together a slew of stops, they put themselves in good position toward the end of this game.
Extra pass finds John Hart. Hart fires and scores. 3 for John Hart. His first bucket.
I hate to say this, but John missed some time his redshirt freshman year at Purdue for his grandmother's funeral, came back and provided 14 points against who? The Northwestern Wildcats. But unfortunately, John not being able to see all of the success he wanted at Purdue, eventually went to IUPUI and had an outstanding finish to his career.
Tillman, piece the block, but got some hand as well. And Leon Tillman will shoot 2. And Leon is featured in one of the promos that you see run on a regular basis on the ISC Sports Network. There is a reverse dunk that you see in an Indiana Lions game. It's from 5 years ago at this point. It's Leon Tillman that has that dunk in that game.
Even in high school over in Evansville, I should say down in Evansville, he had the most dunks ever in a career. So that does not surprise me that a highlight from Tillman is him flushing it down.
Tillman makes 1 of 2. There's 3 points for Leon. He knows that's on his role with his group. His role is to kind of hang around the rim, pick up where he can. Back to a 3-point game. And that's how good our production staff is. I say, here's a promo. Let's show it to you quickly. Thing of beauty. He may be able to do that 5 years later. Back to live action. Jamel Boyd. His second field goal. He's got 5 points. And Boyd with 7 actually. The lead 5 for Prudential. Adams, you're not stopping that. You're not stopping that.
Came off the pick, kept the defender on his back, switched directions, spun off the pursuing defender with a nice touch off the glass. That was pretty.
Peace connects from 17. 7 for Jason Peace. Six-point game. Adams going to work. And then Loudon is fouled. And immediately Boyd says, yep, I fouled him. I got him. Avoided the easy basket by giving the foul there. Hart, or Teague, excuse me. It'll stay here. So both teams kind of bogged down offensively a little bit. Or defense is picked up as we are getting closer to that $8,000 payday.
It depends on who you ask.
Both things can be true. Loudon. No. Blocking foul is called. So Loudon will shoot 2. Late whistle. Free throws coming up, and Loudon misses the first of 2. Misses them both. For those of you at the ball don't lie category, you use that as an example. Good basket cut, but Peters just bobbled it. Adams, Loudon, basket. Loudon with 8.
Loudon and Adams got a nice 2-man game going in the second half.
Owens fouled. Owens will get 2 free throws. Owens with 20. He scored from the free throw line so far in this half. So as Owens goes to the line, let's thank our friends at Indiana Sports Corp, a not-for-profit organization founded in 1979 as the nation's first sports commission. Sports Corp exists to create a positive impact, hosting world-class sporting events which drive economic vitality, facilitate a vibrant community with civic pride, garner national and international media attention, create opportunities for our youth. Oh, like, say, Indy Classic for basketball coming up in December. How about playing a key role in the U.S. Olympic swimming trials, being in Lucas Oil Stadium? I'll simply put, the role that Indiana Sports Corp plays, almost too great to mention them all, but thank you to the Indiana Sports Corporation. And again, tension's starting to build here. We see it every year as we get close to the end of this championship game.
I smell winning time. That's when tensions get the highest.
Teague, yes. Teague with 10. First player other than Adams to hit double figures for Mambos. 4-point game. Good slip. Peace foul. Jason Peace will shoot 2. Foul starting to rack up in both directions here. Great pass by Boyd. Peace was 7, his first trip to the free throw line. Peace connects on the first of 2. Prudential is the presenting sponsor of this team. Provides insurance, retirement planning, investment management, other products and services to both retail and institutional customers throughout the United States and 40 other countries around the world. Peace goes 1 of 2. 52-49. Foul call. Foul against Tyrone Walker. Who did you spot in the crowd all the way across the gym, my friend?
Kobe Webster went to Park Tudor.
Yep.
Jaimin went to Warren and Lawrence North. And Jordan Walker, North Central and Cathedral.
That's some serious talent across the way. Foul called. And whistle's getting tighter. Goes against John Hart.
Do we have a triple bonus? I'm sure we'll get there before the running clock game that we have going on even concludes.
What the fouls have done because of the running clock, it has kind of shortened the game a little bit here. Normally fouls do the exact opposite, but when the clock runs like this, it serves a different purpose. Owens, no. Again, shot clock was down, that one had to go up. They're going to get Peace for a foul, so it will be Mambo's cheesesteak ball. By the way, a cheesesteak sounds wonderful about now.
Yeah,
After
you can only say it so many times.
Yeah, mouth's been watering the longer I say it. Corn dog I had at the State Fair was about 5 hours ago. We're needing to update that here as soon as this game is over.
That makes 2 of us. I'm in the same boat.
Foul. And free throws inbound for Darius Adams. So 2 free throws for Darius. He's sitting on 21 points. Let's tell you about the folks at Mambo's. An innovative twist to the traditional cheesesteak. It is a fusion of Latin American culture, which brings a tremendous new flavor and experience. Haven't tried our new menu? You are certainly missing out. We hope to see you soon. Missed by Adams. Didn't make one. Steal by Adams. Basket by Adams. Tied at 52.
No denying that. Right at the top of the key.
Well, as we expected, the 9 points needed to score to win this game. Not going to be that big of a deficit going into it for either team. Adams kept it for a while, lost in peace, got fouled, and he will shoot 2. And this may end up being one of the lowest scoring finals we have had, just because of how this second half has played out.
But maybe the most exciting?
They've all been exciting. We've not had much in the way of blowouts in the men's championship game, frankly. Peace has been as effective of a offensive option as any player has been.
It's true at every level. No matter what the competitive setting is, you always need somebody that's going to be an unsung hero. If it's a pickup game or if it's all the way to the NBA Finals or the Olympic Games, you always need that 1 or 2 key pieces, the others, as Shaq likes to call it, to contribute in big ways.
East now at 10. 2-point game as we get closer to setting the target score with the Elam ending. Isolation for Adams. The Celtics would call it back in the day, what, ISO Joe, and Evan Loudon and Brody Whitaker. The bump there, and I don't think Loudon was too happy with the contact made by Whitaker. Whitaker immediately offers his hands. Like everybody's all right, right in front of us. Will be Prudential ball. Such are the perils of sitting this close to the action. You can easily catch a player from time to time.
He took it like a champ.
Peace will pull and miss it. Whitaker flying in, going to be called for the foul. And free throws are going to be attached. Let's see here if you see maybe a timeout to try to freeze the clock before you get to the 4-minute mark here. So Adams to the line. 18 foul. He makes both free throws, will set the target score with the game being tied. Once it gets past 4 minutes, basically the time is irrelevant at this point.
So a stoppage in play after that 4-minute mark, then proceeds with the target score.
That's it right there. So it is a tie game. First to 63.
Coach Sanders pleading his case.
Yep. So clock will be turned off. 63 will be the target score to win this championship. Get there by 3s or 2s. Let's find out. Tillman knocked away by Adams. Prudential will maintain possession with 8 on the shot clock.
These are those moments you work for. Obviously, this is an exaggerated setting, but this is a step in progression, in whatever journey you have on the basketball court, you want to feel like you can look back to moments where you stepped up in a big way. So everybody wants to take that big shot. We have 9 points of opportunity to do so. I'm eager to see who's going to step up to the plate.
Boyd with the left hand. Give it to him. Jamel Boyd with 9 and a chance to make it 10. And a chance to inch Prudential another point closer to the $8,000 first place prize.
Moment. Euro step to the offhand and one finish and an emphatic scream to the crowd. I like it.
Boyd got it. He becomes the 4th different player in double figures for Prudential. They're 6 away from victory. Teague in the lane. Offensive foul. Wave it off. And again, in the NBA or college basketball, we would have that semicircle to say, hey, you can't take the charge here. I don't think we have that marking on this floor. So we play on. Tillman, no. Teague saves it, but Boyd pulls, yes.
When I said the moments in the metaphorical sense, I thought about multiple players, but Jamel had other plans.
That was a 2. Loudon a 3. I'm not sure that was what they were looking for, but they'll take it. Back to a 2-point game. Again, 4 points from the title is Prudential. Owens, the blow-by, down to 2 points away. Owens is at a quieter half, now has 23.
Caught the entire defense sleeping.
Almost feels like this has to be a bucket here. And Tillman doesn't hit it, but he'll get 2 free throws. So Leon Tillman will shoot 2. And at the other end, doesn't have to be a 3. This has to be a basket for Prudential, and they win it.
If we talk strategy for Prudential on this next offensive possession, Jamel's got it going. Zach just got a blow by, easy layup, left hand finish, and Tillman's been shooting it pretty well from 3. I say two-man game on the wing, spread Tillman out, you got 3 options. Go get it done.
The reason we have a delay is that I think there was some discussion on one of Boyd's shot. Was it a 2 or a 3? They inadvertently put too many points back on the board, but I think they're going to simply say game is over and Prudential is the winner. Now let's see. Let's see if this holds here. I think that's incorrect. I think it should be 62-57, not 63-57. Let's see exactly how this should be scored. That is I think that's what they're saying. It's 62, not 63. So I think the discussion or the debate was, I think when a Boyd shot was called a 3, was scored as a 2. When they put an extra point on the scoreboard, they put it up as 2 instead of 1. And so I think that's the debate we are having right now. Again, you see our score is tied into the scoreboard here. So the score has hit the target score. I think it's supposed to be 62-57.
There's a gentleman in the orange hat pushed to the back saying it was called as a 3, which coincides with what you were saying. Boyd's jump shot from 3 was called as a 3, but it was only put up as 2.
Right, and they're basically checking the scorebook now. So I think the Prudential guys realize they're not done yet. It is 62-57 with Mambo's having 2 free throws left to go in the game.
But no matter what, there's no way that the game could ever end like that. It feels like such a cliffhanger until next year to even call the game in that fashion.
So here is the shot taken by Boyd, which absolutely is a 3, which makes it 60. And again, 2 points were added there. The basket by Owens made it 62. So it should be 62-57. Again, they needed to add a point, which they did. But instead of 63-57, should be 62-57. So again, there's the basket by Owens that makes it 62-57. It was credited as 61-57. And now we're up to the point where Tillman will get a free throw coming up. And I think they have resolved that at the scorer's table. Just need to see it reflected in terms of the score on the board, and they have done that now. So hence this is the issue, and so now I think we have gotten everybody kind of back in position. Teams are back to their benches, and so 62-57 is the proper score. Conversation still taking place at the scorer's table. Again, the score that is on the board now is the proper score. Hopefully we can resume momentarily and play this out to what should be the natural ending on the scoreboard. But the score that's on there now is the proper score. And players are lining back up, and looks like they're getting ready to shoot a couple of free throws here. We need one key piece to add to that. That would be the officiating crew. And again, such is what happens when the stakes are you're playing for $8K. Everybody's counting fingers and toes and making sure.
I was always told that money talks and the other stuff, take a walk.
Well, again, they're doing their due diligence. So our friends from Know Your Baller are doing stats. That's the crew you see on the left. The official scorebook is what you see on the right. I think they're making sure that both of those are in agreement before we proceed on. But I can tell you, from the way we track the score, what is on the board now is the proper score. And I think we're about to resume again. Players are kind of ready to go. Officials are making sure that they are ready to proceed. You see Portia Green and Maddie McConnell, who are both on the City League board that we saw play in the last game, over to make sure that this is being done in a proper fashion.
But on the bright side, this is what you want.
Yep.
You want both teams and the crowds in tune, lock in step with every moment of every game, especially in the City League. That's something that means so much to the community. You never want to leave and have a negative experience, but you do want to feel like it was spirited.
Chris Fuller comes over and gives me an explanation. I give him a thumbs up. And we see Chris on a regular basis on ISC at the high school and small college level. So not done just yet. And Tillman's got 2 here. And misses. Well, unfortunately, inadvertently, Tillman got iced in that scenario.
Too much standing around.
He almost may be better off to miss this one to give a teammate a chance to go get it, which Loudon does. And Hart fires a 3 and misses it. Tillman collects. Teague a contested 3, and it's now a 2-point game. But again, any point wins it for Prudential. Everybody standing. Owens stops. And was it timeout called? Yes. From the bench, the Prudential guys were screaming for a timeout to prevent a potential turnover there. So shot clock is at 12. What are you drawing up here if you're Prudential?
It's exactly what I said before we had the break-in gameplay. You have to put Zach Owens, Michael Tillman, and Jamel Boyd in some type of 3-man action. You have an attacker. You have someone that can create off the bounce with Boyd. Same with Zach. And then you have a shooter with Michael. And so it just puts the defense in a tough position of choosing who they're going to defend.
Owens 23, Tillman 10, Boyd 12, Peace 10. That's where all but 3 of the points have come from tonight for Prudential.
But that action has to take place at the top of the key. You can't give the defense a chance to rotate to one side of the floor, potentially trap and disrupt that offensive action.
Boyd, Whitaker got it. Brody Whitaker's only buck of the night delivers the winning basket to Prudential. And they win this one 64-60. Prudential will take home the $8,000 cash prize.
That's exactly what I said. You put one of those 3 playmakers in a position to make a play. Jamel Boyd made the first 2 of this Elam finish, and he made the right play at the right time, draws 2, great backdoor cut. That's exactly why he is a 1,000-point scorer at Marion.
Well, Brody also, because he's still a college player, not going to see into that 8K.
Which I'm sure some of his teammates are secretly
Everybody
happy
else
about.
Gets a little extra piece in the pie because Brody's got to stay eligible to play at the University of Indianapolis. Well, again, some hurt feelings towards the end, but I can tell you the score is proper. Handshakes have been shared, and Mambo's does not defend their championship. Prudential is a first-time winner, and we will show the trophy presentation. We will show their logo being put on the board as the City League season has come to an end. And I know I asked you a variation of this question earlier, but your thoughts on what you got to witness tonight for the first time, these 2 City League championships?
It's unbelievable. I think what's going on with the City League here in Indianapolis, it's only going to get bigger and better. They're taking the right steps of maturation. We saw another step in that progression with an unbelievable finish from Horizon League at the first game with the women, and then with Prudential finishing up on the men's side. So what a product this was and what it was like to experience. Unbelievable.
Darius Adams, 26 points, led all scorers. Marcus Teague with 13. Evan Loudon with 11 to pace the way for the runners-up in Mambo's Cheesesteak Grill. It'll be Michael Tillman that has the honors of placing the Prudential logo front and center in the men's championship bracket.
2-time champion now in the City League. 2019 for Michael Tillman, now again in 2024.
We've got a trophy and some confetti to hand out, and we will wrap up our broadcast night. I want to thank the good folks at Tech High School for their support and having us be here for a 4th consecutive year. And in Austin Taylor, this is about much more than basketball. This is about community in the City League. And you see that in terms of how packed this place is every year when we host said championship game.
And what a place to do it at. My dad went to Arsenal Technical High School. So many people that have grown up and are the fabric of Indianapolis went to Tech. And so to see more resources being allocated for Arsenal and a way to grow and a way to almost revamp what was almost a lost cause at one point in time. But there are some things going in the right direction right here in downtown Indianapolis. And I know the people in this community and those viewing could be happier.
Learn from your mistake. Wait for the confetti. We did just that. And now we can bid you a fond farewell on this Thursday night. Horizon League on the women, Prudential on the men's side. Those are your City League champions for 2024. We'll see you back here next summer as we do it all again. For Jared Thomas and our entire ISC Sports Network crew, this is Greg Rakestraw. Good night from downtown. Prudential, $8,000 to the good. Your City League men's champs. Thanks for joining us on ISC.